Hello folks, I'm Ed Overstreet and welcome to the Night Sky Imaging YouTube channel. I may have just messed up and I'm live too. Okay, well, I did not do a sound check. I don't ever do a sound check. I just wait till somebody says, we can't hear you. Then I make a sound adjustment. I am imaging Saturn, and I will for the next 35 minutes, and then I'm going to go over and image Jupiter with the Smith Cassegrain. It has a 2x, or it has a Stellarvue PowerMate 2x on it, and then a Player One Uranus camera, which I figured out how to use. I'm sorry, Player One, for disrespecting your camera for a week or so as I mucked around trying to figure out how to use it. Then, with the other telescope, I'm taking darks and all night long. So I'm going to take you over there first, and then that'll be the last time. We may go back and see how it's going. Well, there's one second. There's Uranus. There's Saturn. Wrong laptop. So what I'm doing is I'm taking 25 45-second dark frames, and when that's done, I'm using 25 60-second dark frames, and then 90-second 120. And what I'm doing is I'm building a library of dark frames. Since it's gotten a little cooler at -10, I'm cooling my camera to -10 degrees Celsius below ambient. From 90, I'm going to 120, then 180, and I will eventually take 300 seconds and then 360 seconds. And it's going to take 9 hours and 21 minutes. And then, of course, I'm going to take some bias frames. I can't take dark flats right now because I need to retake my flats, and I don't know what those exposures are going to be. So I'm going to knock off some bias. Now, the reason why I am spending a great clear sky night to do this is because I have so much I've imaged data-wise, and I have no darks to process the images. So I got to do that, and so I'm right now accumulating my dark frames, which is a blank. I put lenses back on my telescope. I even throw a towel over it and try to keep out all the light. And so that's what's going to be going on here. And so far, we've already taken 25 of the 45-second. Those will go by quickly. But once we get up here to 120 and 180, then things start slowing down. So now let's head back over to the to Saturn, and this is what we're imaging. I've already processed one, and this is kind of what we're dealing with. So here's one of the first images. It is the first image I took about 10 minutes ago, and that's what I did. Now, a couple things. One is I lost my voice for the most part. So I'm going to be doing very little talking, which will probably make everybody happy. And so I'll have a little ambient background noise, which will be a whole lot better than my talking. But if you have any questions, just try to ask them, and I'll be watching any comments. So that's what we're doing. And let's see what else is going on. What else are we doing here? That's it. Oh, my wife, Mimi's going to be coming. She had to run up to the store, and as soon as she heads back home and pulls in our driveway, Astro Dog, which is my dog that sits right behind me here, watching the skies out my window for me, looking for clouds for me, is going to start barking. So I'm going to mute and go downstairs and help my wife carry in whatever it is she went to Lidl to buy. And then at about quarter till 8, is that right? Yeah, 7. Quarter till 8, we're going to switch and image Jupiter. And Jupiter right now looks like this, but you can see the giant red spot over here, and it's getting ready to make a pass. And as soon as, in another 30 minutes, let's just click this 3 times, that's 30 minutes. So it's 4 times. Yeah, so in 40 minutes, this will be a great time to start imaging Jupiter. And then as you can see, it rotates a good bit every 10 minutes. And I'm going to continue to image Jupiter until about there, which will be 10, 10, 10. And I will be able to put those images together, hopefully, and make a time lapse showing that showing the great red spot and the rotation of Jupiter. So those are the plans. Plans. I'm going to have to recenter. I'm going to have to recenter Saturn in a minute. Hang on a second. 2. Okay. I finished that run, so let me reposition Jupiter and do this again. Where's my... let me check something real quick. Okay. And we want to go west. let's go back and get our guider and start looping. Yeah. And let's drop this down to 2 seconds. Okay, let's take another. This will be Saturn number 2. And we'll take 7,000 frames, take 7 of them, and let it rip. I'm looking for my mute button. Oh, it's on mine. So that when Marianne gets here, because when Astro Dog starts barking, I have to take these headphones off. It's so loud. We've got good. Its scene is rated to be average right now, but at 9 o'clock, I think it jumps to good. Let me see. Let's go to. Okay, so yeah, right now, if I click on the scene column, right now, scene is rated average. Right at 9 o'clock, we get above average. So in a couple of hours, scene should improve. I'll also be higher in the sky. So everything should be improved. So that's the name of that too. And check out these skies that we're going to have for the next few days. Really, really, really good for a change. Here I'll move forward 2 days. And so we've got a couple of more nights. I think we got rain coming there. But we've been blessed with several clear sky nights, so that's awesome. I imaged the sun all day today. I say all day. I started around 1 o'clock, and it is really acting up. We had a coronal mass ejection that popped. And also, we're being hit right now with both solar winds, radiation, and magnetic storms. So if you happen to fly a drone, you want to recalibrate your drone often. It may not hover real well, and it may not return to the home position. And if you're in the higher latitudes, you're going to be blessed with some spectacular auroras. You're also going to be cursed with communication issues, Wi-Fi issues, which is bad for pilots, ham radio operators. So I already processed the first image that I took, and so this was only 1,000 frames. I just wanted to see if my focus was anywhere near what would work. And so hopefully it will be a good night of imaging. I don't know if you saw that or not. I just spilled coffee all down the front of me. Gotta be kidding. I'll show you what's going on outside. Let's see. This telescope right here is the one that's imaging Saturn, and this one right here is taking dark frames all night long. So I've got about 6-7 nights of data. I've shot maybe 5 or 6 different targets, and I haven't been able to process them because I changed cameras and I need new darks. So I decided to go ahead and sacrifice a clear sky night and get the darks taken care of. I hate doing that, but I want to go ahead and process some of this stuff and either keep it or trash it. So that's it. And there's Saturn. And then this is the dark kit. I'm taking 25 darks at different exposure settings and build a dark library that can last me most of November. I'll probably have to retake that as the temperature drops. The average temperature at night now is in the 40s, upper 40s, and so by November it's going to be in the lower 40s, and I'll go ahead and build another dark library. But I will probably have changed cameras by then, so I'll be taking a dark library as soon as that happens with whatever camera I put on. And that's that. So let's go back out to Saturn and just stay with that. I'm currently capturing 7,000 frames in video format, SER files, 16-bit. And this is the first one that I processed, but I only took 2,000 frames when I shot this. I wanted to see if my focus would work. It's hard to tell. if you've got a good focus when you're looking at something like this. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start processing one of these 7,000 frame jobs. Let's go to Saturn 1. Let's take that one. If you know the drill, you know I'm dealing with a 20-year-old Dell computer laptop outside. So let's try opening up this again. Okay, let's clear that and let's analyze. Here comes. Told you. I'm gonna put you on mute. Astro. Hush. That's Astro dog. But I'm gonna put you on mute and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I warned you. As soon as Mimi walked in the door, Astro Dog would go nuts. Gotta get comfortable. Gonna be here a while. I think I was processing one of these. Let's see. We got 7,000 frames. I want to keep 10% R. We'll keep 700 and stack them. I have very few frames in the top 25%. Very few. Well, I would have thought, I really would have thought I would have had more, because it looks pretty good to me. Okay, let's bring up Registacks. This was from my first image. And so we're going to, and this is Saturn 2, isn't it? Oh, 10%. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to work on this color. I'm just going to reload it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the better scene we're going to have a little later on will make a difference. Again, if you're just joining, I have pretty much lost my voice, and it comes and goes. Now the scene's not as good right now. Saturn's bouncing all over everywhere, and it's just not clear. Is the United States the only country that is challenged by this daylight savings time? In other words, are there other countries that make this change from daylight savings to standard time? Dark came early tonight. Yeah, Saturn's bouncing quite a bit right now. We have periodic moments of good seeing, but overall this is kind of rough right now. I don't know if anyone else has a battle with sinus conditions, but I spent all of last week miserable. And this is probably by far my best day. I've been to the doctor 3 times in the last 45 days. I can't get rid of it. I missed our high school won 2 state championships in volleyball. I was unable to go to those. Our football team played a state playoff football game. I sit home and listen to it on radio. I hope this is a better week, sinus-wise. And I will try to mute my coughing. And throat clearing. It'll be a long night. I need to refill. Get hot coffee. This has got cold. Be right back, Charlie. Today's good. Ah. Here, come on. That drink there. Upstairs. There you go. Okay. All right. I just, wife said that, my wife is Mimi, said that I needed to drink pineapple juice and not coffee. So I have moved to pineapple juice, which I love. But it won't cure sinus. Okay. Need to recenter. Stop guiding. Clear that out. This will be crap. Let's stop it again. It bumped it. Trying to get the backlash out of the mount, because if I don't, and I start this back up again, don't want to guide on the planet. And yep, we succeeded. Okay, let's take another. We're getting, oh, it's almost time to move over to Jupiter. As a matter of fact, it's time to move. So I'm going to change this back to auto, because we're going to have to find Jupiter. And let's stop guiding. And let's bring up our planetarium software and go to Jupiter. And so here we go. I hope we're close. Let's bring up some crosshairs and I moved my guide scope, so this may not work at all. This may not. I was just thrilled Jupiter was in the image. Okay, let's bring up, let's see, is it south? Yep. Fingers crossed. Well, there it is. So we have it. Okay, good. Let's see, we want to go east, south, east. We'll work our way there. I want to overshoot it though a little bit so that I can come back north and west and get the backlash out of the mount. So we want to go now, let's go west and north. Doo-doo. Well, let's see if that'll work. Okay, let's drop the gain to and let's change. Okay. Let's see, we need to go north and east to center it, and let's see if we can find a good guide scar without picking up a moon. Good. Although we may have picked up one of Jupiter's moons. Let's try it again. Ooh, I don't like to be that far off the page. Okay, here's what we're after. Let me get the date real time. Right now, Jupiter looks just like this. We've got Io right off to the right, and we have the great red spot. And over the next 3 hours, it's going to spin, rotate away to the far side. And I want to get those images as it rotates. Maybe put it into a GIF file. So that's the plan. So let's start taking, let's go up here. And let's see, let's take 10,000 frames, and let's take 6 of those. Our seeing conditions are supposed to really improve around 9 o'clock. Sure hope so. Here's the great red spot. It doesn't look like it, but it's right there, right where it's supposed to be. And I was thinking we would see low over here, but IO is right over here somewhere. I call it low, low, IO, low. We're about finished with the first one. And we're going to process it. It's a large file. Did I get it? Yeah. This file may be too big for the laptop. Yeah, we got it. So let's analyze it, and it's going to take it a while, so we'll come back. Hey Stan, welcome. As you probably know, I've got the wrong planet up, so, and I'm back from my coffee break, so let's this will do it. And then if I go back and forth to Saturn, by the way, I did take a picture of Saturn, and that's one of the images that I've processed so far. I took about 30 of them. Okay, let's place some align points. Let's try 48. And let's stack, let's see, let's stack 10% of these. Actually, let's make it 20%. We'll splurge. This is the great red spot right here. I need to make a 330-degree correction on Jupiter's rotation, and I'll do that when I start processing it. I'll show you the telescope that's doing the imaging. So this is the Smith-Cassegrain, and it's currently got a bead on Saturn. And this is the guide telescope with a guide camera that's trying to keep it centered. And this telescope is covered up because I'm taking dark frames all night long. And I've already taken 25, 45-second exposed darks and 25-60. I'm on the 90 seconds now, and I'll image for another 8 hours and build a dark library. I hated taking a good night to do that, a good clear night, but I've got so much data I can't process it until I get some darks that match my camera, because I switched cameras and bias. So it'll end sometime around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's see how far along auto stacker it is. It's still stacking. It'll take it a while. It's going to stack a lot of frames. after I finish this series, I'm going to stop the guiding and just manually guide. So I'm already a few arc seconds off of being centered. Okay, we're going to stop guiding, at least for a while, till the scene gets better. And I'm just going to manually nudge it back into place when it varies. Let's see, we need to go north and east. And this will be okay. We finished this one. Let's see what it looks like. That was our image of Saturn we took earlier after it was processed. Okay. I need to flip it 330 degrees. And let's load so. There is the great red spot. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. Not a real good image of Jupiter. I hope the scene I probably won't do a time lapse then. I hope the scene gets better. It's supposed to in an hour. Let's see, we need to go north a little bit here. When I move the mount, when I move the mount and consequently the target, AutoStacker, the processing software that stacks the video frames into a TIFF image, into one image, does an outstanding job of stacking those all together. This is the great red spot, and it's going to transit the face of Jupiter for the next 2.5 hours, actually almost 3 hours. This is a real-time look. This is one of Jupiter's moons, Io. And this is what a good picture of Jupiter looks like. Not like this. Although I can work on this one. This is processed kind of rough. create a new preset. Yeah, we're having really rough seeing conditions right now. It's supposed to be average, but this is way below average. So any images I get out of this are going to be fair, not good. May not even be up to fair. Actually, scene was a little better earlier this evening when I was doing Saturn. I'm turning on another computer. When you consider how the distances to Jupiter and the atmosphere between here and Jupiter, it's surprising that we're able to resolve any detail at all with these consumer telescopes. I'm going to be operating two computers here at once in a minute. I'm trying to. Okay. We finished that one. Let's do another. And another and another. We're going to go back to guiding though. That works. Okay. Let's get it centered. Just curious if I can guide off of that. This is one of Jupiter's moons. If the scene was good, you could probably guide off of it, but when the scene is this bad, yeah, ain't gonna work. Let's try 3 seconds and see if we can't find a different guide star. Let's go up here. Nope. Let's go down to 1 second. Well, fiddle. I'm back on the moon. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start another capture. We're in session 3, and I will be right back. Be right back. I'm on another computer right now while Jupiter is running through a sequence. Happy Sunday to everybody. Okay. Jupiter's about, it depends on when it's closest to Earth, it's about 370 million miles away. When it's furthest from Earth, then it's almost close to 700 million miles away. It takes about 12 years for Jupiter to orbit the Sun. It takes us 365 days. It took the spacecraft Galileo 6 years to reach Jupiter. I guess the sound's working. And I'm also working on a library of darks and a bias to match the camera that I'm currently using. I have been imaging every night for the last several clear sky nights. In fact, we've had quite a few clear sky nights, and I have 5, 6, maybe 7, I don't know how many different targets that I've taken. I haven't processed any of them because I don't have these dark frames. So I thought I'll sacrifice a clear sky night to build this library and get it over with. And it'll image all night. It's been imaging so far for an hour 48 minutes. It's got 7 hours 58 minutes to go to finish building the library. And then I'll probably change cameras and I have to build another library. But I usually do that on a cloudy night. Okay, let's do another set of 6. What I'm going to do is I'm taking sets of 6 images. I'm going to derotate each of those images, and I'll probably have 12, 13, when it's all said and done, sets when the great red spot finally passes to the far side. And then I'll derotate each of those sets into one image, and I'll take those 13 or 14 images, however many I get, and I'll make a GIF movie out of it, which should show, you know what, with seeing being as bad as it is, it won't be a very good one, because if seeing does improve, these images that I've taken during the first part of this session aren't going to be, I don't think, as good as the ones that I've taken by 9 o'clock when everything starts getting better, or it's supposed to. So anyway, let's stop guiding, and let's go back and move Jupiter back in the center, and then let's go back to guiding and try to get it started again. Clear. We're guiding on, it's not Io, I don't know what moon we're guiding on, but we're guiding on one of Jupiter's moons. This is a real time, let's see what moon that is I'm guiding on. I don't know, let's see, it's over, I'm not sure which one it is. If I had to guess, I'd guess Europa. Io's on the far side, but this is a current. Yep. This is what in real time Jupiter looks like now. And according to my scene map, scene is supposed to become above average right now to good. Right now it's average, and that's confirmed by 2 applications. Atmospheric shows at 9 o'clock and 30 minutes that my scene will be above average. At 9 it'll be above average. Right now still it's average, and I can confirm that. Seeing is getting better. Isn't that amazing that they can predict that? Not predict it, but know when the atmosphere is going to be conducive to good seeing. Because atmospheric and the clear sky prediction predicted that this morning. And it's definitely improving, because you can clearly make out the great red spot. So what I think is going to happen, I think the images that I took in sessions 1 and 2 are going to be marginal, kind of like this one, because I processed from the very first session, so they're just not very sharp, not a lot of detail. I can still work on this. By the way, here is the moon Io, right there, right there. Okay, we're finished with this one, so let's go to number 5. And we're still centered, so let's start taking another 6 videos. Checking out different views. I'm going to activate my outside camera. It's a surveillance camera that kind of keeps an eye on my telescopes. And this is the current telescope setup that I'm imaging with. I'm going to turn the lights off. I'm using an infrared light to light up things so it won't mess up my we'll turn it off though, and then get rid of this. I'll show you Saturn in the sky, Jupiter. It's about over my house. There it is. There's Jupiter right there. Bingo. And there goes an airplane. Wonder where they're going. They don't have any idea I'm imaging Jupiter tonight, do they? We'll find Saturn. It's got to be over here. There it is. Here's Saturn right here. Bingo. And we'll turn our lights back on. Here they go. And covered up this telescope with a towel. I'm imaging, I'm not imaging, I'm taking dark frames and bias. I started streaming 107 minutes ago, hour and a half. The great red spot is approaching just about the halfway mark. Yep. This is real time. Yep. Each of these videos have 10,000 frames. So each image has a maximum of 60,000 frames, and I'll keep 10% of them, of the best ones, and stack those into one image file. I can't tell if scene's really that much better or not. I am somewhat handicapped with my optics. It's not the camera's fault, but my frame rate is only 82 frames per second. And that's because I have a f10 Smith Cassegrain with a 2x PowerMate, Stellarvue PowerMate, which makes it an f20 telescope. And so that's very light limiting. And I have to take longer exposures, which slows down the frame rate. I would like to be able to take about 150 frames per second instead of 10,000, have 15,000 frames. That's what I'd like to be able to do, but my optics won't allow that to happen. So we do the best we can. This is a pretty high resolution camera. I could possibly try taking, the Stellarvue out, PowerMate the 2X, go back to f10. I could double the frame rate, and I would just have to crop into the image more than I already will be. So, I don't know. It's worth a try. I've got a number of days ahead of me to image the planets. So, I apologize. I have all but lost my voice. In fact, it's better now than it's been. But for those of you who've been on and off my streams, you know I fight sinus infections. This has been going on for a number of months. It gets better and then it comes back. And I think I know what happened. A year ago, I was photographing a football game, and I was on the sidelines, and a player, I was photographing a running back running in my direction, and another player in the opposite direction was converging to make the tackle, and I couldn't back up because I was standing in front of players. I had no place to go, and they flew into me, and I still taking pictures, and the camera went into my face and fractured a bone that my eyes, part of the skull, and my nose, I guess, was broken probably for the third time. And since that time, I've battled sinus infections, so I'm blaming it on that. Yeah, Destiny. Welcome. I take pictures of planets and deep space at night. I take sports pictures during the day and night too, but I've slowed down a lot. Destiny, where are you from? Oh, beautiful country. I play a banjo, and one of my favorite banjo songs is Rocky Mountain High. Well, welcome back. Okay, we finished this. It's time to move and take set number 6. Each of these are 10,000 frames, 6 videos, 60,000 frames total. I forgot to take 4. I thought I had. It's just a numbering system. So I'm at 2, 3, 5, 6. So 4 sets in all I've taken. No, 5. This is 1, 2, 3. I missed 4, so we've got 5 sets. Okay. Trying to do too many things at one time. We're watching the Great Red Spot as it transits the face of Jupiter. And here's a real-time view of what we're imaging. Looks a lot sharper than my image, doesn't it? And I've already processed one of them, and it's earlier. This is one of the first images that I took, and so it's gosh, it's kind of rough looking, but I hope the scene conditions, which have improved, will show some better detail than I have there. I can maybe work on that some more and add to the detail, but right now those earlier images were kind of soft. Oh, that's been a long time. That's been a year then. Although we get the effects of a hurricane. Oh, about every other year, every year. But it's been at least a year because we haven't had any issues with hurricanes this year, I don't think. I'm going to go ahead and process one of these. Might as well. We got time. And so let's go to we'll do the first one in this set. It's going to take it a few minutes to load it. Because this is an old laptop outside that's connected to this setup. Okay. I don't think it opened it. Let's try again. I think auto stacker's going to lock up. Come on. Tell you what, we'll close it. I do not like Windows. I'm a Mac user. Okay. I have to use Windows because most of a good bit of the software that is made for astronomy is only written in for Windows. Let's try it again. Okay, let's analyze it. And while it's doing that, we'll go back and be back in a second. I'll fix this. Hang on a minute. Okay, I'm back, but I've got a cough drop in my mouth, so I'm going to mute myself. got lost track, got sidetracked. And no, Cincinnati, I've got it on over here. I'm watching it. Cincinnati is a 14-7 lead over the Buffaloes. Oh. Colorado Buffs. Yeah, they've played, they have the best record they've had in probably 10 years. But they've played some Power 5 schools, and they've held their own. But they're still having, they got a little ways to go. Dion says he needs 6 more dogs, which means he needs 6 positions filled. And what you're going to see, though, is Colorado is going to become one of the top 15 football programs in the country. And it's going to happen fast. And who would have thunk it? But when you said that, I've got a television off to my right, and I've got the Buffalo game on. So you see my head going back and forth. I've got another iMac off to my left over here, and that's where I have the YouTube channel pulled up in case I need to type something. It goes on that screen, and it's a long story. But for an old man, I'm doing too many things. I'm going to try one more cough drop, and I'll go back to the mute so you don't hear the noise. Maybe I can keep from doing it. Seeing does not look good. It really hasn't improved that much. Jupiter's bouncing all over everywhere now. Let's see where we are with auto stacker. Still stacking. If having a cough drop in my mouth is annoying, please tell me. I can hit the mute button. Thank you. I have too many wires over here. I will probably be imaging tomorrow night live as well. The skies look clear, and maybe even the following night. But we do have clouds coming later this week, and badly needed rain. I've been imaging Jupiter now for about an hour and a half, and the great red spot started here, and now it's over halfway. So we probably have another 40 minutes before it starts to move to the far side. Jupiter rotates once every 9 hours, so it has a 9-hour day. Every time the time changes for about 5 or 6 days, I'm constantly saying things like, well, it's 9:15. No, it's really 10:15. So that's why I'm hungry. Today at 11 o'clock, I was looking for food, and I had to remind myself, yeah, that's really 12 o'clock. Are we the only country in the world that does this daylight savings time stuff? It's nice when you wake up in the morning and you've got an extra hour to piddle. But dark comes fast. Dark comes fast. I need to turn these outside cameras off. I hear dogs barking. This ought to be close to the end of this set. I apologize for the... Yep. So we'll go to number 8. And let's stop guiding. And recenter. Let's see, we need to go west and north. Nice talking with you too, Destiny. You have a great night. Have a good week. Start session number 7. Excuse me. If you've just joined, I've been fighting a sinus infection for a long time, and it's winning. So we're imaging the transit of the Great Red Spot, and let's go see. And we're done with auto stackers, so let's process this image. I think we did, was it 7 or 6? Yeah. That's better. That's better. So maybe the rest of these images will respond to some good seeing. Sure, hope so. Okay, the great red spot is getting close to the far side trip it's about to take. This is a real-time view, and in 10 minutes it'll be there, in 20 minutes, in 30 minutes. So I have about 10 o'clock, and I'll shut down Jupiter then. Seeing conditions have gotten worse. Really. This is so not good. these scene conditions really have degraded in the last 20 minutes. It looks like Jupiter's going in and out of focus, and it's bouncing around. We'll start another capture session. Let's see how my other telescope is doing. I'm taking dark frames with it, and so we're on the we've taken 45 second, 60 second, 90 second, 120 second, 180 second is what we're working on now. These are darks that are used to calibrate my deep space images. The darks are subtracted. The noise that's created under these exposures at a given temperature, that noise is subtracted from your image to reduce noise, and that's why you have to take them. And then the bias frame removes the electronic signature of an image. Every camera, if you take an image with the lens cap on at a very fast shutter speed, like 1/8,000th of a second, and then stretch that image in Lightroom, Photoshop, or any other software, you'll see what that electronic signature looks like. And so when you take long exposures, you want to remove the bias signal as well as the dark current that's caused by when your camera sensor is exposed for 5 minutes or longer, 6 minutes, it gets hot and it creates a thermal noise. It's kind of like digital dots that cover your image. So these calibration files are used to calibrate against your actual image. And so if you took a 300-second image, you would want to use the 300-second dark frame because it would remove the dark current from your image, giving you a clean image. That's the theory. So that's why I will spend 9 hours. So far, I've been taking darks for 3 hours, and I have 6 hours to go. So this will run all night until it finishes up. Probably, let's see, it's going on 10. So somewhere around 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, it'll shut down. So we better get back over here and pay attention to the reason why I am live tonight. The great red spot's getting close. Here she be. This is a real-time look at the planet and the great red spot, which is what we're currently imaging. And there's the great red spot. This is the last image I processed when the great red spot was about center. This was on set 6. This will probably be my last set. Let me, yep. This will probably, maybe one more after this. I'm pretty sure that this one's going to be the last set. And I appreciate you stopping by and checking it out. I'm going to go ahead and sign off and wish everybody a great week. And I will hopefully have a GIF video showing the transit of the Great Red Spot. It is going to be kind of probably quality-wise below standards, but there's not a lot I can do about the scene conditions. But I'm going to make that video anyway. So at any rate, I hope everybody has a great week, and I may be back tomorrow night live. I will be imaging for sure, and I'll be taking more Saturn and Jupiter images along with some wide field deep space stuff. So I will catch you guys later.